Hey everybody, welcome to Big Dumb Monsters. I'm Nick,
And I am Chris.
and this week we watched Land of the Dead.
Yes.
George Romero's sleeper hit, I think.
Yeah, number 4 in his series of zombie movies.
Yeah, it was kind of a big deal when it came out, but then everybody kind of stopped talking about it.
I remember it being in development hell for a long ass time.
Oh, yeah.
There was always talk of it coming out,
Yep.
and then it finally did.
It was back when they were calling it Dead Reckoning.
Yeah, that was for a while. It was from the late 90s, I think, up until it came
Yeah,
out.
yeah, that script is old as dirt.
Yeah.
Anyway, we talk a lot about zombies, what we like about zombies, all that shit. So, yeah, we're going to get into the episode. George Romero's Land of the Dead.
Here we go.
You feel a little better now? A little fucking woosah?
It has been 2 fucking long weeks since we have sat down here.
Yeah.
That's because, as we are recording this, we are 1 week removed from Saratoga Comic-Con.
Which was a fucking blast.
As predicted, was a blast. Fun was had by
Everybody.
some more than others. Yeah. But we ourselves definitely had a blast. Had a great panel with Bai Ling and Cesar Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
All the people who came out, drew on our convention board.
More than last year.
Yeah,
like a
we
lot.
filled, 3 sides. People just started drawing on the back of on the second day. So guess what? Day 2 people. It's really you didn't know at the time. There was a fucking talent show. Because the shitty board's going to get the one with the Velcro on the back and stuck to the wall.
That's it.
Yeah, the shitty side is going face to the wall. So
And by shitty side, we mean
the less cool.
the less cool side. Everybody that drew on it, you're awesome.
Yeah.
We actually had a lot of people say oh, I can't draw. That's not the point.
No.
Nope. Especially if you can't draw, grab a marker, tag up that board, because we enjoy the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thanks to the people who came out and said they listened to the show, they enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few of those this year too.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll be back in May 6th and 7th. Yeah.
Yep.
Looking forward to it already.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Yeah. Anywho, let's today we are talking Land of the Dead.
Yeah.
I remember when this came out, I was just kind of so-and-so on it.
I loved it when it came out.
Yeah, no, I was just See, I've said this before, I don't give a fuck about smart zombies. I don't want smart zombies.
Yeah.
You know? I want dumb, I'm a zombie fundamentalist. I want slow, dumb zombies. They win through the power of numbers, basically.
I get that. But I love Big Daddy, and I love Bub. Bub was perfect.
Yeah.
Day of the Dead, Bub was absolutely fantastic. He had that, just sort of starting to become aware, and then it progressed throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
Big Daddy, though, he's just, got it.
Yeah, I think
I don't like.
better than I like Bub.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't like how fast he was just, smart zombie.
Yeah, he was, I will say, a little bit, I think, too smart, even for a smart zombie. When he's figuring out how to use guns and, stuff like that.
He's building strategies to...
Yeah. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed watching this yesterday. I haven't seen it in a long, long time, and man, I really dug this movie.
This was the first... Well, I would assume it would have been the first one that you could as well. The first Romero zombie movie that I saw in theater.
Yeah, same here. It's the first one I could see. I mean, I think I had seen Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead in midnight movies,
right?
But not first.
Not a release, because I mean, Jesus Christ, would this come out in 2005? 85,
Yeah.
6?
Yeah, I was
something like
working in Hollywood Video when this came out.
that. And, the last one had come out in what, 85, 83?
85. Well, 1990 with the remake.
Yeah, but
yeah, again, that doesn't really count.
It's not a Romero one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Day of the Dead was 85-ish. So
Yeah.
I never had a chance.
Yeah, same here.
I do like the world building in this. Like, everything is... That's Donner throwing his ball. He looks really sad now that he can't see it.
Yeah, that's going to be an issue. Let's solve that. I also don't want him to lose it because it has made him very calm and passive, right, buddy?
Yeah. Donner's a good boy. He's sitting on the top of a recliner right now. Normally he sits in the seat like a normal dog.
I see it.
I
got you, buddy.
But he has decided that he wants to be elevated today.
Here, why don't you come down here, kid?
More of a perch than a seat.
Yeah. He's sitting like a cat would sit on the back of a chair.
Yeah.
But he weighs like 5 or 6 cats. But you're going to drop it back there and lose it.
Yep. He doesn't care.
Nope.
There it goes. He just looked at it like, well, fuck.
Okay. Anyway, now that that's taken care of for at least 5 minutes.
The world building.
Yes, yeah.
I like that everything is more run down than it has been.
I like this occurred to me. I hadn't thought of this before, but basically we are kind of getting the villains of Dawn of the Dead have now become like the heroes of the story. Like, we are getting their point of view now. Like, they're like these raiders who are just kind of like moving around, like hitting things, and like that's what they're doing basically. Except they're not quite as malevolent as the
they were like out for themselves.
Yeah.
So they were more like Cholo.
Yeah.
Than
then what's his name?
Oh boy.
I was like, Darius? No, it's
nope, definitely not. Hey, Hootie.
Simon Baker's like 4th on the fucking Riley. There it is. Riley Denbo. That's why I had
Denbo.
Yeah. He's like, this is another thing I kind of noticed during this movie. This movie falls into the same trap that the first Black Panther movie falls into with the villain, in that the villain is not, well, the quote-unquote villain, not necessarily wrong. There is a very strong argument to be made that both Killmonger and fucking Cholo are kind of right about what they're fucking angry about and like where they're coming from, what they want ultimately.
Well, here's the thing: that Cholo is not really like the villain. He's more of an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Dennis Hopper's character is the fucking villain.
Yeah.
He's basically like the middleman between Riley and Dennis Hopper's character's name.
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the character. The character is Dennis Hopper.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
What the fuck was his name? It starts with a K, doesn't it?
Let's see.
Sorry, guys. It's been a couple of days since I've seen this. Kaufman. Because I watched this and then I spent like 2 days cooking food for Friendsgiving, and
which was delicious, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
I worked really hard on that shit. So my brain is a little frazzled right now.
Yeah,
but I'm here. I'm here.
Like in Black Panther, they attempt to solve that problem by having fucking Killmonger like randomly murder his girlfriend for no reason. Like, he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
But in this one, like, I am with Cholo the entire time. Like,
he's
being fucked over and like discriminated against.
He's
like,
trying to make something of himself.
Yeah. The man is fucking holding him down, and like, you know what? Fucking gonna get respect by any means necessary.
And that brings us to the message of this movie. This is a very anti-corporate, like, before we had like the quote unquote 1%.
Yeah.
This movie was standing against the 1%.
Yeah.
Like, that's this movie's stance. The first one, everybody says, it's like an anti-racism movie, or it brings racism to light. not actually the case when he was making the movie, but it does.
But it's just like,
it does stand that way.
Yeah, we meant that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have like the second one, which is like, has a message on consumerism
and greed. Yeah. And then the third one is, big military. And then you have this one, which is your corporate sleazebags.
Yeah.
Like everybody is out here dying in the fucking gutter, and then they're
just living
they're in their tower.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Like they have a mall to go to and like just go shopping. Like,
yep. They have restaurants. They have nice clothing. They have champagne.
And then, again, like the poor, in this case, symbolized by John Leguizamo, is literally taking his garbage out of the tower and fucking getting rid of it for him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep. Yeah, no, you really do sympathize with both Riley and Cholo in this movie. It's just what side of that are you kind of sitting on right now? Because, Riley is not necessarily like a paladin, but he is more aligned with that. Like, he is more like, I'm going to do everything I can for these people, but I'm also definitely looking out for myself. I'm going to get out of here.
To get out of there.
I'm going to get out because he doesn't want to be around this anymore. Okay, that's fine.
That was another thing I noticed too. That like, this is very, I think, reflective of things going on in the current world, where you have Riley, who is, like you said, like, I will help these people, but I want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And like, once they get Dead Reckoning back, their whole strategy is like, all right, we'll help these people, but we don't want to get wrapped up in all this bullshit that's going on. Like, how do we help them without actually having to like
really getting
deal
involved
with the inconvenience of it all?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's a very modern day person standpoint.
Yeah,
like,
you know what?
I feel
filter photo.
Yeah.
It's
really what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, this movie's awesome.
Yeah.
I just love a good zombie movie.
Yeah.
And especially one with a decent message to it. I mean, you can't go wrong with George Romero. It's not feasible.
Yeah.
Well. Okay, I haven't seen the latter. I didn't see any of the George Romero movies that came after this.
I remember liking Diary of the Dead more.
That was the found footage one, right?
Yeah, that was the found footage. Survival of the Dead, I remember just being bored as fuck with.
Yeah.
It's like, I think zombies are barely like part of the story.
Oh, okay. It's more of the human story.
Yeah. It's like two warring families on an island, basically.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's a little much.
Yeah.
But like I said, I haven't seen those. So for the ones that I have seen, so up to Land of the Dead, up to and including, I love them all. We always fight and argue about like, oh, I like Day better, you like Dawn better. They're both amazing.
Yeah, I love all four of those movies. Like,
there's not a bad one in that batch.
Yeah.
But if I have a sincere criticism about this movie, it's that the story jumps around to a bunch of different spots and then includes things that like you kind of don't give a shit about. Like the whole thing where Riley had a car, but the car is not there. You have no there's no reference to that. Like, I didn't know that he had a car.
Yeah, it starts off with him in this like skirmish with like a local gang.
Yeah.
And then it's just never really like gone back to. Like,
yeah. If you had, like before they go out on this mission, you see him just like run his hand along the car and you go, all right, pretty soon, boys, or something, like, yeah, we're working on it. Then you get reference. Like there's none of that there. And then he's just in a gang skirmish. Yeah. At the carnival. But
I honestly think you could cut out Asia Argento from this movie. Like, yeah. I mean, she doesn't really have a story other than like, oh, I was fucked over by Kaufman.
Yeah.
Like, did she ever really explain like what happened with her?
Not in depth. There's references. I mean, the character is fine.
Yeah, but
she becomes a focal point, but there's no
reason for her
there's
to
no
be
need.
There. Yeah, I don't give a shit about her. She's just there.
That could have been a much cooler character. Well, really, you don't get that much on any of these characters, but you kind of just you like Cholo because John Leguizamo's got charisma for fucking days.
Exactly. The man is magnetic.
Riley is a cool character. I mean, most of the story focuses on him and what he's got going on. Dennis Hopper plays just like an amazing scumbag, which he's done his whole career.
Yeah.
Like, he's just the best bad guy. Honestly, you could... I do like Big Daddy, but, like, I don't need that much of him. I don't need him to be that smart.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah. Like,
make him a little smarter than Bub was.
They give more character development to him than I would say they do to some of the characters, like the human characters in this movie.
But another part that really bothers me about that is, like, you see in Day of the Dead, you see the doctor, like, teaching Bub. You see why he's smart.
Yeah,
Big Daddy's just...
He just picks it up.
He's just smart.
Yeah.
I don't like it that much.
Yeah. And like... I will say the smart zombie storyline didn't bother me as much in this as it has in the past. Like, I'm just getting over that. Like, but yeah, I enjoyed this movie. Another gripe I will say is they did not need to use as much CGI as they did.
Yeah,
and the CGI that they did use was not good at all.
No. This was one of those unfortunate movies where they CGI'd a lot of the blood in.
Yeah, like gunshots and blood splatter like never look right. You can always kind of tell that's CGI. Like you can spot it a mile away, and like it was particularly bad.
And the fucked up thing is they had Greg Nicotero doing a lot of the special effects work.
There are some
and
awesome
he's amazing
effects. Yeah. I rented the unrated version, so I don't know if you watched that one or like the regular R-rated version, but like
I think I got the unrated version.
Yeah, there was some gory fucking shit in this, like that was practically done. Like one of the like dudes, one of the raider guys, like
the one that gets ripped in half.
Yes, they're just ripping his guts out and like
I feel like that had to be a reference to Day of the Dead.
Yeah, well, it happens in Dawn of the Dead too.
Well, in Day of the Dead, you had the really famous one where they slow pull him apart and get into his guts, and he's going choke on him.
Is it? I don't think it's Tom Savini.
Tom Savini is a zombie in this.
He is in the, I'm assuming it's supposed to be his character from Dawn of the Dead.
It is 100%.
I thought he was the one that got ripped apart, but I think it's just another one of the generic bikers.
Yeah, I think it was.
Where he's also like torn apart and they pull his guts out. Like, Yeah.
But going back to this, these are 100% Greg Nicotero zombies.
Yeah.
They don't look like Romero zombies. And this is not to say that like these designs are bad or they look bad. They look amazing, but Greg Nicotero has a style of
these are
makeup.
Walking Dead zombies.
These are Walking Dead zombies. Yeah. These don't look like Blah of the Dead zombies.
Yeah.
Like Tom Savini had just had that look for those movies.
Yeah. I mean, like in Dawn of the Dead, they're just painted blue. Like,
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and then like it also kind of represents the passage of time and like the decay of the bodies over time too. I suppose, you know.
It does, but you're also getting there's still fresh ones here that still look like that.
Yeah. John Leguizamo immediately looks like that. Yeah.
He looks like a fucking Thriller zombie.
Yeah. Especially with the jacket. Like,
yeah.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I mean, I've got gripes with this movie, but I do like it. I like it a lot. Like,
it's definitely not perfect, but it's fucking enjoyable. It's really well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it gets enough credit as one of one of Romero's movies. Like,
I don't think it does either.
Yeah, I think it just gets lumped in with like his latter day movies. But like, no, I think it actually does stand with those first three. Like, you know?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things about George Romero is that he just genuinely loved zombie movies.
Yeah,
like he was always wearing a Shaun of the Dead pin.
And you have Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg who show up in this.
They're in it. They're the
photo booth zombies.
Yep. Which I don't know if you ever saw any of the behind the scenes stuff on this movie.
I don't think so.
I had the DVD, so I'd seen it with the commentary tracks and watched all the behind the scenes footage and stuff. they were so excited to be a part of this. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah. Like, they were shitting themselves to be in this movie.
I love fucking Edgar Wright, like, as a filmmaker, man. He has made some amazing movies.
He really has.
I really wish he would do, like, a straight-up monster movie. Like, I think that would be awesome. I mean, like, he's done Shaun of the Dead, obviously.
Yeah.
I really would have liked to have seen what he would have done with Ant-Man had he, like, stayed on that. That would have been amazing.
Oh, he was tied to that?
He was the original director. They started filming with him as the director. I think there's even a couple of scenes that he had done still in the movie.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. Donner also, he's more of a Peyton Reed fan, apparently.
Where'd his ball go?
Maybe that's what it's still on the chair. It's on the chair.
Yeah. Where's my toy? I got up and walked away. My toy didn't follow me.
What else? I don't want to gloss over anything because this really was a good movie.
Yeah. It's everything you expect. I mean, there's nothing outrageous. There's nothing overly new. Just the message is different.
This is more of a personal, like, gripe. I think the thing I always enjoy the most about zombie movies is, like, the breakdown of the system. The transition of, like, how fast everything goes from normal to just fucking zombie chaos. And, like,
yeah,
you do get that in this movie because, like, you know, they invade the city. I think I just would have liked a little bit more because, like, the only really, like, kind of scene of chaos that we get is, like, the people pinned between, like, the advancing zombies and the electric fence.
Yeah.
You know, I would have liked a little bit more, like, chaos and, like, stuff in the city, I think.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Like, if they got to that a little faster.
Yeah.
They could have spent a little more time on it. But I think Romero was trying to do something just a little different. Like,
yeah.
Because by this point, I think, like, 28 Days Later had come out.
Yeah, this is 2005. Yeah, so definitely. 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
It's been on a couple of years, I think, at that point.
So, I mean, that really, like, changed the game. I don't love that movie. It's not, I guess it's just not for me.
Yeah.
But I can definitely tell that there was a tonal shift in the zombie world. It really did change the game. Like the movie or not, the landscape of zombie movies has never been the same since it came out.
Yeah, that was our that's when you get your fast zombies. Yeah.
Where it's more of a virus instead of the dead actually coming back.
Yeah.
It was like the rage virus or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I am much more like yourself, a traditionalist when it comes to zombies. I like big, slow-moving masses of the undead.
Yeah.
That's just scarier for me. I don't know if that's maybe just because that's what I grew up with and that's what I appreciate, or if I'm just more of a traditionalist. But oh boy, where were we? So yeah, I think because that style of movie had come out, Romero probably went more like, well, let's be a little more human on this. You know, let's see what everybody else is like dealing with. So the conflict becomes human, and then it's just on the backdrop of zombies.
Yeah.
And fucking what the hell's his name? The guy with the burned up face.
Charlie?
Yeah. I mean, don't make him so interesting if you're not going to tell me about him.
Yeah,
realistically,
Charlie,
yeah.
Like, we know fucking Riley, like, saves him from a fire at some point, but, like, why is he such a good shot? Like, I think he's using, like, an MA, or an M1A, I think is the gun that he uses.
Yeah.
That was the gun that it's a version of the M1 that they gave to, like, pilots in World War II.
Yeah.
Like, how did he get that? Like, how did he get so good with it? Like, let's learn about him, damn it.
Yeah. Why is he, like, the super zombie killer? You know, like, he's just super good. Yeah, I do like this, like, gambling house carnival thing that they've got going on.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And, like, obviously it's kind of what would happen. Like, people would get accustomed to having zombies around and then look for ways to make their own fun around it.
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously they're going to do like some fucked up shit, like make them fight
Zombie
over
fights,
food. Yeah.
All right, I think it's time to throw some ratings on this.
Yeah. Okay. We can do that.
Yeah.
So where are you at on this?
I think I'm going to go, even with its faults, it is enjoyable. It's a fucking really good zombie movie. I think I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's good. I don't want to go 8 because I think 8 is getting into like great territory.
8?
And like I don't think it's quite there.
Yeah.
But like it's really good. I do enjoy this movie.
I'm gonna say I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I would probably give it a 7.5 as well.
Yeah.
8s and 9s are where Dawn and Day live.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, this is not on that tier, but it's not too far.
Yeah.
Like there are some things that I would change to make this a better movie for me.
Yeah.
Like
I said, the CGI for sure.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely like hack out some characters and maybe follow up some storylines that got dropped.
Yeah. Yep. That would really bump it up, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
are you ready for IMDb trivia?
Let's do some trivia.
Okay.
You can keep talking. I'm just gonna get up and.
Oh, are we gonna do the Nick show?
I'm just gonna turn the light on. I'm not gonna be going that long.
That's fine. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Nick show. I don't really have anything to say other than I've been really tired lately and my back hurts really bad from, lifting stupidly heavy things at work. Last night I drank some whiskey from the 1 Foot Cock Distillery. That was pretty sweet. I like that a lot. I was telling Chris, last night I had about 5 or 6 beers while I was making dinner, and then about 4 glasses of whiskey after dinner. So I woke up with a little bit of a headache today. It wasn't terrible, but apparently Donner is upset again. He must have lost his ball.
He heard me come in and then leave.
Yeah. And Chris is back. So, hey, that's episode 1 of the Nick Show, everybody.
I will say, while we are on the subject of whiskey, well, not somehow. We have a problem. We killed 2 bottles of whiskey before 2:00 on Saturday afternoon at Saratoga.
Yeah, if you saw us on Sunday, we were sober as a judge.
Yeah. Saturday?
Different story.
Yeah. I definitely encountered the phenomenon of stage legs or stage health.
Yeah.
The minute I got off stage for the panel, everything hit me at once. Because we went out to the parking lot for some refreshment, after we were done there.
Uh-huh.
And then walking back through the con to get to the food, I was not sure I was going to make it.
Yeah, you looked like you were in rough shape.
Yeah. By the time I got back up to the table, I grabbed one of those mashed potato, throw everything in a fucking bowl, things. I was just sitting at the table, just stuffing mashed potatoes and chicken into my face. I finally regained my composure after that.
Yeah. I got a little a little wobbly, but I didn't feel like I was out of control.
Yeah, no, that was the only moment I was whoa, I gotta
slow it down.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately by that point we didn't have any more.
Hoo-ah! Yep.
Actually, I did have an alcoholic beverage after that because Tony brought me a beer.
Did he really?
Yeah. Do you remember those 2 Stellas that were on the table?
Oh, yeah. Who drank the other one? Did I?
I think Tony might have taken it back with him. Yeah,
that sounds about right. Yeah. That was the only time I was oh, whoa, I gotta lock this shit down.
Uh-huh. great environment to just be a little buzzed.
Yeah.
It's just like you loosen up and then everybody's having a good time. You can yell at people and it's totally fine.
Yeah.
You see all the cosplayers dressed up, lined up, waiting for their turn to get into the panel room, and you absolutely blast Welcome to the Black Parade and Mr. Brightside and watch everybody have flashbacks of high school.
That's like blasting that at a Comic-Con is like the equivalent of like blasting Sweet Caroline
At a bar,
in
yeah.
Boston.
It's 100% the same thing. Oh, I love you all. All right. Let's get into the trivia, okay?
Let's do it.
All right.
All right, folks. Before we get to the trivia segment of the podcast, we want to take a second to tell you about our friends over at Newsly. Newsly is an all-in-one super app for iOS and Android. It picks up the most trending articles on the web and topics that you choose at any given moment and reads them to you in a natural human voice.
That's right. For the first time ever, the entire web becomes listenable all in one place.
You can browse articles from topics that you choose and start playing, stop scrolling, and start listening to the web.
You can follow any topic as specific as you like, from sports, tech, business, science, Bitcoin, or even the Cardassians from Star Trek. It will find you the latest articles and read them to you aloud.
It gets Star Trek specific. You can get right down to it.
Yep.
They even have podcasts as well, believe it or not. You can explore trending podcasts from over 80 different countries. I will let you in on a little bit of a secret. You're going to find the Big Dumb Monsters podcast there as well. I actually have been using this. I've been using Newsly to actually listen to the podcast lately.
Have you really?
Yes, I have. Believe it or not, I have. They even have digital radio at Newsly.
You can download and use Newsly for free now at www.newsly.me and use the promo code DUMBM and you will get a 1 month free premium subscription.
So check them out. Head over to newsly.me and tell them, you know what? Tell them the Big Dumb Monster sent you.
Yeah, do the thing.
And now, back to the trivia.
At the beginning of the movie, if you listen carefully to the tuba and tambourine zombies in the town bandstand, they're playing notes from The Gonk, the mall music from Dawn of the Dead, 1978.
I thought that sounded familiar.
Yeah. A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, that is true. No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. This movie's Pittsburgh premiere was at the... it's either Byham or Byham Theater. It's Byham.
I think I'm going to buy ham for
dinner. Which used to be called the Fulton Theater. This theater, when it was still Fulton, was the same theater where Night of the Living Dead premiered in 1968.
Okay.
So, that's awesome.
Yeah. I will say Pittsburgh is a fun town, man. I've only been there once. Fucking great time.
Yeah.
You know, everybody says Primanti Brothers sandwiches, and they are right, because they are fucking delicious.
I've never been. I've been to Philly once.
Yeah. Philly's a good town, too. And then I fucking saw, this is I think is easily might even be top 3 concert experiences for me. Got to see Elvis Costello, basically like in a train yard across the river from like the building there on Fiddler's Green. I don't fucking make the
in
venues.
A train yard? Was he singing like Woody Guthrie songs or what?
Like, no joke. There were like parked trains on one side of us and then like the river on the other and then like the Pittsburgh skyline across the river.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking splurged. I was in the 8th row. It was fucking fantastic. It was the first tour in like 20 some odd years where he had his giant like song wheel and he would just basically pick people from the crowd. You go up, fucking spin the wheel.
Really?
Whatever it fucking lands on, that's what they play.
No shit.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Elvis Costello is awesome. If you guys pass us at Comic-Con, there's a good chance that we're either listening to Rancid or Elvis Costello.
Elvis Costello, yeah. I put out a reel on Instagram last night. Set to Roots Radicals.
Yeah.
Actually, now that you mentioned Rancid.
We fucking love Rancid, okay?
It was our highlight picks from Saratoga Comic-Con.
Oh, you're right. I did see that. Yeah. Fucking awesome. The view of the zombies rising from the river is an homage to the classic scene from Herc Harvey's Carnival of Souls from 1962, where the dead rise out of the Great Salt Lake before the dance sequence.
Yeah, that is a weird fucking movie.
Yeah. Musical fun fact, White Zombie was almost Carnival of Souls.
Oh, really?
Yep.
All right.
Either one works as a band name.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Okay. I'll think about it. This is the most expensive George A. Romero zombie movie.
Yeah. The other ones after this were smaller affairs.
Yeah. And before that, I mean, Day was expensive, but that was in 1980s dollars.
Yeah.
A non-union zombie would make $9 per hour Canadian, while a union zombie, for a minimum of 8 hours, would make $158 Canadian.
Holy shit, folks.
Yeah.
There you go. Always sign up for the zombie union.
I want to be in the zombie union now.
Get my zombie union card.
We're going to make those.
Oh, that's going to be a sticker.
Fuck yeah, it is. Holy shit. Just don't base it off the Teamsters, because they'll break our legs.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
The success of Zack Snyder's remake of Dawn of the Dead from 2004 led Universal to greenlight a fourth installment of George Romero's zombie series. So, hey, Zack Snyder's version did a good.
All right.
I don't love it, but
I dig it.
I didn't hate it. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's not what I wanted, I think. Uh-oh,
Yeah.
what happened?
Lost internet, folks.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it is not.
How else will we know where the movie is? It's a good thing the recording stuff's not based on the internet.
Yeah.
We'd be dead.
How about the old 5G? Come on.
Come on, 5G.
Connected, secured.
Yeah.
We're back.
That's right. Much like Bub in Day of the Dead from 1985, Big Daddy is never seen attacking a living human for food, and thus only kills the main human antagonist as an act of revenge. Bub did, however, consume the butchered flesh of organs of the recently deceased Private Johnson and Private Miller, given to him by Dr. Logan, implying that he has not entirely lost his taste for human flesh.
Huh. All right.
Imagine that shit, like vegan zombies. Bub the zombie makes an appearance in this movie.
Oh, no shit.
I don't know if you caught that.
I did not,
Yeah.
no.
Well, I didn't catch it the first couple of times I saw this.
Yeah.
But then after I got like way more familiar with Dawn and Day and stuff, I was able to pick out more of the references and shit.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the movie, when Cholo is taking a box of champagne from the fridge, it's Bub that lunges at him. You can see his collar is still intact from the original Dawn of the Dead. Or Day of the Dead.
Shit. Yeah. I missed that. We just missed that scene a little while ago.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It's like, oh shit, it's Bub. The first trailer for the film used clips not just from Night of the Living Dead, but also from Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead. Although Night is in the public domain, both Dawn and Day are owned by separate companies, neither of which had given permission for the use of the footage in the trailer. So to avoid legal troubles, this trailer was quickly pulled from distribution and hasn't been officially shown since.
Oh, bullshit.
Which is fucking horseshit.
Yeah.
Like, it's... How dare you tell George Romero that you can't use footage from your own movie?
Yeah. Fucking... You wouldn't have that movie to own if it wasn't for him. Like,
yeah.
Fucking just let him
It's
use
ridiculous.
It. Yeah.
Like, that's penny pinching Hollywood bullshit.
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 Martin Landau would say.
Yeah. Throw me that whiskey.
He would also say that.
So we have a director cameo here.
All right.
George Romero his voice can be heard as one of the puppets in the children's show saying, "Take that, you smelly zombie."
All right, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He was in one of the Call of Duty games too, like a while back.
Was he really?
Yeah, and like the zombie, like the Nazis. Well, it wasn't Nazi zombies at that point.
The zombies mode.
Yeah, it was like they were filming a zombie movie and like zombies broke out somehow.
Oh, really?
And he was actually in it. Yeah.
I'm not really like a Call of Duty guy.
It's one of those games that like every couple of years I'll grab one. Like I'll get really, really into it. I'll get really good.
Yeah.
And then I'm good again for another couple of years. Like
yeah, like I played Ghosts and World at War.
Yeah.
And I liked those a lot.
The last one I played was Cold War, which is like 2 or 3 years ago.
But I don't play them online. I'll play the campaign. So if it's got a good campaign,
fucking awesome at it. And
yeah.
Like, yeah, I haven't played it since.
Fuck it. All right, and this is our last scene here, or our last trivia fact. In the scene where the zombies get into the city, the soldier playing cards, who has his head pulled off, his camouflage uniform says Rickles in the name area. Rickles was the name of one of the soldiers from Day of the Dead.
Yes, yeah.
He was the big, fat, angry guy, wasn't he?
I think so, yeah. Ooh, pardon me.
I'll think about it. But yeah, that's it for trivia.
All right, we will move on to the better known as segment of the show.
All right.
We will of course start off with director George A. Romero. Again, this is
the A stands for motherfucking.
Yeah, a motherfucking badass. If you're listening to the show, you know who George Romero is. Come on.
I would sincerely hope so.
I will say I've never seen Monkey Shines. I really want to see that.
Was that wasn't a Stephen King novel, was it?
I don't think so. I think he might have maybe Stephen King wrote it. Let's check it out. I want to say he was involved somehow. We will never know.
Oh, no.
If I could read those credits, maybe I can tell you.
Yeah, it looked like it was based on somebody else's.
Yeah, no, I completely pulled that Stephen King thing out of my ass.
Yeah. I mean, they did work on stuff together.
Yeah.
It was, what the hell did they work on? Was it Creepshow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, George Romero, famous for the, Night of, Day of, Dawn of, Dead movies.
Was it Martin? He also did Martin?
Martin. Yeah, the vampire. I still have to see that too.
I haven't seen it in a long, long time.
Yeah, The Crazies also. I know I saw the remake. I don't think I ever saw the original.
The Crazies?
Yeah. They did a remake in maybe their mid 2000s.
Yeah.
I say Timothy Olyphant was in it, maybe.
I think you're right. Yeah.
The Dark.
I forgot that he did so much Tales from the Dark Side.
Yeah.
All the production.
77 episodes, man. This is just producer shit. We don't have horror anthologies anymore.
We do. They're very rare and always independent.
Yeah, we have that shitty American Horror Story anthology show.
We have Tales from Halloween.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
No, but I mean, in the 80s, you had Tales from the Dark Side, you had Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, shows.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about movies.
There's probably one I'm even forgetting, too. I mean, you can even count the Twilight Zone remake.
Well, yeah, you had the Friday the 13th show was anthology. Freddy's Nightmares was anthology.
Yeah.
Night Gallery. There might have been another one. Well, Night Gallery, I think, was 70s, though?
I think it was the 60s, maybe 60s and 70s.
Night Gallery?
Yeah, I
thought
think
it was the 70s.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Whatever.
I've never really seen.
Oh, that's right. He did the Misfits Scream video as well.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is, 1999.
I forgot about that.
Bruiser, 2000. Creepshow, of course, 82, we just mentioned. O.J. Simpson, Juice on the Loot. This is 1974, so that's a sports documentary.
Yeah, there's no murder in that.
I want to say he was a commercial director or something like that, basically. Before he made Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Local commercials and shit. But yeah, I mean, literally the fucking father of modern zombie movies.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I mean, really, before that, you had, like you had White Zombie and you had like Carnival of Souls and things like that. There wasn't much.
And like even Carnival of Souls like isn't like Night of the Living Dead.
You had like voodoo zombies.
Yeah, they weren't like consuming flesh zombies. They were just like the reanimated dead. Like,
yep,
that was more of like an artsy like horror movie.
Yeah.
And then Night of the Living Dead, you have these just flesh eating ghouls. Like,
yeah. I don't think they really. Yeah, in Night of the Living Dead, they didn't even call them zombies.
They called them ghouls.
They called them ghouls.
Yeah. Moving on. John Leguizamo, of course, played Cholo in this, and fucking John Leguizamo is goddamn awesome.
He's so good.
He's a great actor, a great comedian. If you've ever seen any of his stage shows,
I did watch the was it the history of
Latin History for Morons? Which is amazing. Yeah, I've seen that a bunch of times. It is so hilarious and informative. But he also has done shows like based on his life. The one I think is the best, I think it's Freak, where he talks a lot about like his parents and like growing up in the Bronx and like so the weird like fucked up shit his dad did. And, like,
was he a stand-up comic and then got into acting, or was he?
He wasn't really like a stand-up. He was like spoken word. He does like these one-man shows where like it's funny stories,
like a Henry Rollins kind of thing.
Yeah, like Henry Rollins or like Eric Bogosian, like that type of stuff. He's not really like a stand-up comic.
Well, I didn't know if he got into acting like from a comedy standpoint.
Yeah, no, he's an actor first, I believe. Yeah. I mean, he's been in so many things. I'm trying to think. I was trying to pinpoint. Like, well, if you're a parent right now, you probably hate him because he's the voice of Bruno in Encanto.
we don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah, exactly. I did not know he played the Riddler on that Batman Audio Adventures podcast.
Oh shit!
Which I can't believe I have not listened to that yet.
I started it and I got distracted by other shit and then forgot to go back.
I have a hard time with those like fictional podcasts because
really?
like I always put a podcast on as something like in the background. Like if I'm being told a story, like I can't do something while I'm listening to a story.
Yeah.
But I also can't like sit there and like listen to something like intently like and not do anything else, you know?
That's why having like the opportunity to listen to those when you're washing dishes or folding laundry or if you've got a completely brainless task to do at work, those are where they really shine. Because I listen to a lot of those.
Because I would like listen to podcasts, like, but I want to like read a comic or something. Like, I definitely can't do that. Like,
yeah.
So I think it's just a matter of finding the right situation.
Yep.
Let's see. Any other? Well, there's plenty of other notable stuff. We're just.
He's been in amazing movies.
Yeah, he's on The Mandalorian. I think in season 2 that was.
Yes.
He was a voice on BoJack Horseman. He's in the first 2 John Wick movies.
Yep.
He's the voice in like all of those Ice Age movies. And, like,
he's Sid the Sloth. Sid the Squirrel.
Whatever. He's in that movie.
Yeah.
He is the Adventures of Puss in Boots TV series, which we learned a couple weeks ago. There's like a whole fucking universe of Puss in Boots movies.
Yeah.
Like,
the Pussiverse.
Yeah. Getting that puss everywhere. He's in the movie Chef. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie with him and Jon Favreau. It's a fucking amazing movie.
I haven't. I always pass it. That's the one where he gives up like he's like his career to start like a food truck or something. Yeah,
he's right? like a famous high class chef, and like he has a meltdown, and like goes off on a critic, and like gets fired. So he just fucking goes off on his own and like makes a food truck, and like it's a good movie, and like it makes you want to cook fucking food, like good ass food.
The Bear did that for me.
Yes. I wanted to learn how to fucking make Italian beef sandwiches because of The Bear. I still haven't done it, but I got to do it. God damn it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like it's good. I remember that getting a lot of really good reviews too. So.
It will make you want to make a fucking like a Puerto Rican style roast pork. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just had it last night and again for lunch today. Let's see. Moving on. He was in Kick-Ass 2.
Yep.
A lot of Ice Age.
I mean,
there's a lot of those Ice Age movies.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. I mean, the things that he's really, really well known for.
Yeah, he's like the number 2 guy in like so many things.
Yeah.
Oh God, he's in The Happening, arguably one of M. Night Shyamalan's worst movies.
Yeah, that
and Lady of the Water.
that takes some doing.
Yeah, both of those are so bad.
Yeah.
Let's see, moving.
I mean, I love him. Like, absolutely love him in Tu Wong Fu.
Oh yeah. That's way back in the 90s, and like,
Yeah.
I'm still in like the mid 2000s here. Land of the Dead. Oh, he's in the Honeymooners remake. Gross. He was in the Assault on Precinct 13 remake.
That was originally a John Carpenter movie, wasn't it?
I believe so, yeah.
I think it might have been his first movie.
I don't know enough to say yes on that one, so I'm just going to defer to you.
Yeah, I think. Don't quote me on that.
Captain
He was in Spun, the meth movie.
That's right. Sesame Street. Collateral Damage. Isn't that a Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
No. That's... Oh, yeah, it is.
That was like when
I was thinking of Collateral.
Yeah.
The was it Denzel Washington? No, Jamie Foxx.
Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx, yeah.
That was when Arnold Schwarzenegger started making movies. They were all just like unidentifiable. Like they all just kind of
They're all
the same.
Commando-ish.
Yeah.
Eraser.
Yep, that was the start of it. That was the very first one.
Yeah.
And then after that, they were just like kind of Eraser. Summer of Sam.
Oh, Titan AE. I remember him being in that.
He was of course, the Violator in the Spawn live action movie in the 90s.
The Pest.
The Pest, Comedy Central classic. The Pest.
Yeah.
Fucking 90s Romeo and Juliet. He played Tybalt. Call me what you will. I do enjoy that movie.
It's got a crowd.
Yeah, I'm not like I'm not like the teen girl like fan of it. Like
I think I've seen that twice. And
as far as like adaptations of Shakespeare, like I will take that. Like yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that since I was a teenager.
That was one that used to be on like TNT a lot, like late at night, and I would always like throw it on like as I was going to sleep.
Yeah.
I really do like that movie. He's fucking awesome in it.
The Fan.
Tu Wong Fu, of course. The Fan is
Was it De Niro?
De Niro is like the obsessed like stalker, and like Wesley Snipes is like a baseball player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like he kidnaps his son or something like that.
Something like that.
He had that show on Fox in the mid '90s, House of Buggin'. It was like a sketch show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that show, it was only on for like a season, but it was fucking great. The Chicano Militant Minute. It was like super like angry, like militant Mexican dude. Fucking Carlito's Way, another classic.
I haven't seen that. I have seen that, but I haven't seen it in so long.
Oh God, I love that movie too, man. Of course, Super Mario Brothers, 1993. That's the same year as Carlito's Way. He was in Die Hard 2 in 1990.
Jesus Christ.
Casualties of War in 1989. That was the Michael J. Fox Vietnam movie. He was in a couple episodes of Miami Vice. And his very first
what the fuck?
The Borderline music video for Madonna.
Ugh.
It doesn't mention his fucking like stage stuff. There we go. Latin History for Morons. That was 2018. Highly recommend that. Ghetto Clowns, one of his stage shows. Freak. That's the one that I think is his best one.
Yeah.
I really, really recommend that one. Sexaholics was good too. And then Spikorama and Mambo Mouth were really good too. He plays like characters in his family, like in both of those. They're awesome.
Okay. I'm down to watch those. I just got to find them.
Freak, I believe, is on YouTube because I watched it recently.
Yeah.
I think it was directed by Spike Lee, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spike Lee. Let's see. Yeah, that's it for John Leguizamo. I'm a huge, huge John Leguizamo fan.
Yeah.
Asia Argento.
Is it Asia or is it Asia?
I thought it was Asia or however you want to say it. It's not Asia.
Why?
She's Italian. It's fucking.
Well, I mean, Asia is still a place.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm gonna be pretentious and say Asia.
Her name is Asia.
Yeah. I think that's how Tony Bourdain said it, so that's how I'm gonna say it. Goddamn.
Yeah.
she's like one of those people like, oh yeah, I know who she is. Like she's in Land
of the Dead.
She's in Land of the Dead and like that one XXX movie, I think. And then like
wasn't she like a kitty diddler?
That was the story. I am willing to doubt the veracity of it though.
Okay.
Only because like it came out after that whole like basically after she came out against like Harvey Weinstein and started like talking about all the stuff that happened with him.
Yeah.
That's when that came out against her.
Okay.
So I like all of the women who like kind of brought all that stuff up all had similar shit like that happen to them. So like okay. I don't know like look, I'm not a believer in conspiracies, but like it's a little fucking suspicious. Like,
yeah, there's also the whole thing where like people blame her for Anthony Bourdain killing himself.
Like what's her name? Like Rose McGowan. Like she was like the first one who brought it up, and then like not that long afterward, like they had that thing where like, oh, she had all this cocaine on her, and she's like, I didn't have any fucking cocaine. Like she got busted on a plane. She's like, I had nothing on me.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what the fuck that like. I don't know where that came from. Like, granted, a lot of people say that, but like, again, like it's suspicious that happens right after she speaks up.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know, like whatever.
Yeah.
I'll
just say it right now. I don't care much for her career. Her dad, on the other hand,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Fucking her dad, yeah. In case you're not familiar, father is Dario Argento, fucking master of like Italian
fucking
horror.
godfather of Giallo.
Yeah, like if fucking George Romero is the father of zombie movies, Dario Argento is the fucking cool uncle of like zombie movies. Yeah.
Well, he was a Giallo guy, and they're for anybody that's not overly familiar, I guess, Giallo is an Italian subgenre of horror where it's all like super vivid colors.
Yeah, very like hyper realistic.
Hyper realistic, very slashery, but also supernatural. I suppose
to put it into modern terms, Last Night in Soho is Edgar Wright making a Giallo movie.
Okay.
Which was also a great movie.
Was it? I still haven't seen it.
Oh, dude.
It looks really good.
Yeah, that's like one of those movies that like haunted me for a couple of days after the first time I saw it. Like,
but I mean, like the like everybody knows this movie as Giallo is Suspiria.
Yes. Yeah.
So you watch that and then you'll get the idea. Like they're super artsy, hyper realistic, gory, supernatural slasher movies.
Yeah.
It's really the only thing I could say about them.
There's usually like like you said, like a killer and like a ghost shows up at some point usually.
With Suspiria, it was like witches.
Yeah. Just looking through her credits, like I said, XXX, this movie, and a bunch of Italian movies.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, like, she was banging Anthony Bourdain for a while.
Oh, she was in Demons too.
Yeah. There you go. Moving on. Simon Baker played Riley Denbo. This dude was in, like, he's been in a lot of stuff, like, here and there. I will say he is in one of my fucking god tier movies.
Really?
We will get to it. It is in the late 90s. He was in that show, The Mentalist. He was like the lead on that show for 151 episodes.
Oh, good damn.
If you were an older person, I'm sure that was up your alley because it was on CBS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Nobody's really watching this for the show. They're just into it because the colors change.
Yeah.
Woo!
That handsome matinee idol fucking star. He was in The Devil Wears Prada. He was in this movie, of course, Land of the Dead. He's in The Ring 2. He was in that movie Red Planet in 2000 with Val Kilmer and Carrie Ann Moss, where they go to Mars and with the killer robot.
Mm-hmm.
It was all right. L.A. Confidential is the god tier movie for me. That movie is amazing.
I like it. I wouldn't
really. Oh my god, I fucking love that movie.
It is super good.
Yeah,
it is super good. I don't know about god tier.
Oh, that's like if I catch it on. That's like in the level like of Jaws for me. Like if I see it on, like, well, this is gonna be what I'm watching.
Yeah,
fucking
like The Godfather.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Boom. There's my whole day.
Happened to me like yesterday. I caught The Godfather. Yeah. Yeah. L.A. Confidential. If you're not familiar, it's like a gritty like 40s like kind of like
It's crime noir.
Yeah, crime. I was about to say detective.
No,
it's
it is
not a detective story.
It is a modern crime noir.
It's crime noir. Yeah, it is. Fucking amazing.
It is really good.
You have got Guy Pearce, Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
The guy who just got off on that trial for not quote unquote diddling that kid. Kevin Spacey. Danny DeVito.
Yeah, his career is over regardless of what happened in that trial.
Danny DeVito, fucking James Cromwell.
Yeah.
No,
it's a fucking stunner.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it won a shitload of awards too.
Yeah, it was like an Academy Award factory. I have owned that movie on like VHS, DVD, like one of my favorite movies, hands down. Yeah.
It just gets a little dry in the middle.
I love the whole thing, man. Yeah. Let's see. Who the fuck are we even? Simon Baker. Nobody gives a shit. We're done. Oh, he was in an episode of Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I don't. This is the one. This one's come up before. It's the one with Leah Thompson. It just says a hooker learns that beauty is only skin deep. Like, I definitely remember an episode with her. I just don't remember what the fuck it was about.
Yeah.
She ends up old at the end, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, we're starting up another podcast.
Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt.
Have to, yeah.
Cryptcast.
Another goddamn legend, Dennis Hopper.
You only like him because he was in that fucking Gorillaz song.
Well, that's one of the reasons. Yeah. He's been dead for 12 years already.
That doesn't seem right.
No, it doesn't. I mean, he's got credits up through 2018. It does not seem like he's been dead that long. But yeah, he is on an incredible Gorillaz song. Fire Coming Out of the Monkey's Head, it's called. And it's like a narrative.
He's just reading like beat poetry.
Yeah, it's like this story of like this like tribe of people who like worshipped this volcano that they lived next to, and then like one day the volcano gets angry, and like the end of the song it just blows up and kills everybody.
Yeah, it was on Demon Days?
Demon Days, yeah. Which that's a god tier album for me right there.
I do like it. There's a lot of really good songs on that. I liked the first album better.
Yeah, I could see that. Like the first album,
it was a little catchier, I think, of an album.
Yes, I will say
Demon
that.
Demon Days is more artistic.
Yeah. I will 100% agree with. Like, I bought that album, like the first album, the self-titled Gorillaz album, just like on a whim because I liked that Clint Eastwood song. Like,
no, it was Feel Good Inc. was the Clint Eastwood.
No, that was on Demon Days.
Was it?
Clint Eastwood is
yeah.
They had the animated video.
Yeah. Yep.
It was like I bought it at like Media Play, fucking dating myself here. That's how old it was. But it was like on sale like for like $9 or $10, which was like cheap for CDs at the time.
Yeah.
So I just fucking grabbed it and like threw it on. I'm like, this album is mind-blowingly amazing.
Yeah.
And then I think
nothing sounded like that.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing sounds like this. And then like Demon Days comes out, and I think it's just like another step like higher than that. Like, it just artistically speaking, like it doesn't have the same like catchy tunes that first one had. It's way fucking darker.
The first one was like it was an artistic. I can't remember his fucking name. The main guy behind it.
Damon Albarn.
It's him being like a very artistic person making a pop album.
Yeah.
And then Demon Days comes along and he's like, well, I don't need to make pop songs anymore because I've established this thing. I can experiment further now.
Yeah. And he just goes deeper and way darker with it.
Yeah.
I own that album on vinyl. Like I said, god tier fucking album, LA Conventional god tier movie. There is a on like the remix album for that, D-Sides, there is like a Chinese remix of Dirty Harry from Demon Days, which I
really
fucking love. But like it's not uncommon to see me like rolling down like Central Avenue with the windows down, like blasting this Chinese rap song.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But yeah, back to Dennis Hopper.
He was a fucking legend.
Yeah. I mean, he played himself in a lot of shit that he was in, which is like an indication right there of how legendary he really is.
Yeah.
I mean, the notable stuff, Blue fucking Velvet, for Christ's sake.
Baby wants to fuck.
Paps Blue Ribbon. Yeah. Which, appropriately enough,
Yeah,
we were drinking today. Yeah.
There's actually there's a band called Acid Bath. Well, there was a band called Acid Bath, and one of their songs clips some of the audio from Blue Velvet. There's, don't you fucking look at me! And like they chop it into
He wants to fuck.
they cut it into the song like 4 or 5 times.
A beer? That sounds like a great idea.
He's a fucking psychopath.
Oh.
I imagine that's kind of how he was.
Yeah, probably. Like, from what I hear, like, yeah.
Yeah.
He was an intense dude.
He loved art. Like, he was,
he was
a
huge
hardcore
art collector. Yeah. That is very true. I think there was some kind of lawsuit, like, after he died, of, like, who, like, owned the art.
Who got all his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw it. It was just like an episode of something, and they went through and they were talking to him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I have this like graffiti piece." Like he was into like underground shit.
Yeah,
and classical art shit like that too. But he loved all this stuff that had a message. Like shit that said something. It wasn't just a pretty picture.
Yeah. He did some voice work in Grand Theft Auto Vice City. He was on the show 24. Like, these are just, like, minor credits compared to the rest of the shit he's in.
Yeah.
Knockaround Guys, Choke. He was in the Chasing the Argonauts miniseries. That was one of those NBC, like, miniseries.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Easy Rider. Speed. He's the fucking bad guy in Speed.
Yeah. Anytime somebody goes, pop quiz, hot shot.
Yeah.
You're like, that's the Speed reference.
True Romance, for Christ's sake, where he gives that speech to Christopher Walken about him being Sicilian, which I will not repeat here. So you're great.
She was
the man was
he's in Space Truckers.
Space Truckers, yeah. Just intense and insane. For real.
Waterworld.
Yeah, he's the bad guy in what? Maybe he prefers Charles. Chuck.
Oh, fuck.
Clifford Worley in True Romance. He's in Super Mario Bros. Too. He's King Koopa.
Yep. It's so bad. That movie sucks so bad.
Let's see.
We're only up to 89.
And we've been scrolling the whole time.
Hoosiers, yes.
Blue Velvet, of course. River's Edge.
Oh, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2.
Yep. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. River's Edge and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 and Blue Velvet and Hoosiers, all 1986. Fuck.
He had 2 other credits that fucking year, too.
Yeah, American Way and Stark, Mirror Image.
I don't know what either one of those are.
I took like a director class in college and we had to watch fucking River's Edge.
Yeah?
Stark was a TV movie, apparently.
Oh, Rumblefish.
Oh, yeah, fucking Rumblefish. That's fucking De Niro's in that. Who directed that?
There's Mickey Rourke, wasn't it? In it?
Oh, Mickey Rourke. That's what I'm thinking of. Fucking not Rumblefish. It's the one where De Niro plays the devil. Where you see.
Oh, that's Angel Heart.
Yeah. Francis Ford Coppola, Matt Dillon, Mickey Rourke.
So Matt Dillon's all about those S.E. Hinton fucking novels.
Diane Lane also. Come on, there we go.
That's the one where Mickey Rourke was colorblind or something, right? And then
I don't remember.
he only saw the color in that fish. Like the fish was red or blue or some shit.
Yeah. I figured he's in Apocalypse Now.
Oh, yeah. He was insane in that movie, too.
Yeah. He was also in a lot of Westerns. I was looking through his credits.
Oh, yeah.
He was in True Grit. Easy Rider, of course, not it's a modern Western, pretty much. Anyway, that's aside from the point. Hang 'em High.
I don't think he was actually credited in Hang 'em High.
No shit.
I want to say he was uncredited.
These things sound like Westerns. The Big Valley, The Guns of Will Sonnet.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see.
Cool Hand Luke?
Legend of Jesse James. He was in Cool Hand Luke and Rebel Without a Cause.
I've seen Cool Hand Luke a dozen times. I don't recall Dennis Hopper being in it.
Yeah, Babalu Gotts. The Sons of Katie Elder, Gunsmoke.
Amazing.
Bonanza. Let's see.
Ooh,
Wagon Train.
Petticoat Junction.
Yeah, the Dakotas. He's in the original Twilight Zone in 1963.
Jesus Christ.
His credits go back to the 50s. The Rifleman, another Western.
He was on TV before color was on TV.
Yeah, he was. Gunfight at the OK Corral. He plays Billy Clanton. Cheyenne. Rebel Without a Cause, 1955.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, his first credit.
He had to have been a kid.
1954. Cavalcade of America. Moving on, Robert Joy, who played Charlie in this movie. This dude has been in a ton of shit. He's still in stuff. Julia currently has a series on something. I think it might be on HBO Max. I think it's like a Julia Child thing. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. I could be making that up. Who knows? He was in that movie.
I'm assuming it is because all of the fucking episodes are food.
Foie gras, chocolate souffle, petit fours, crepe Suzette. Well, now I'm hungry. He was in that movie Don't Look Up last year about the fucking comet hitting Earth.
Oh, yeah.
He was on the show The Blacklist, an episode of that. He was in an episode of The Good Wife, The Mentalist, Masters of Sex, CSI.
That's weird.
He was on 165 episodes of CSI New York as somebody named Sid Hammerback, because that's definitely a name that people have.
Porn stars, yeah.
Yeah. He is apparently in the Into the Groove video by Madonna. I'm sure, fantastic movie, superhero movie.
I don't want to watch a movie that has movie in the title.
Yeah.
So I don't want to watch Scary Movie. I don't want to watch...
Unless it's like The Muppet Movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
I'll give you that one.
Alien vs. Predator Requiem, which I think is the better of those two movies, which is not saying a whole lot.
No.
He was in the Hills Have Eyes remake in 2006. Land of the Dead, obviously, 2005. Medium, Boston Legal. Everybody Loves Raymond. Malcolm in the Middle. Nope, that's not voice work. I'm going to keep moving.
That is not the Killer Instinct that you thought it was.
I was shooting from the hip there, folks. Shooting from the hip. He was on the TV show Alias for an episode. Crossing Jordan, that was on NBC. He was in the Titus TV series. Yep.
I liked that show a lot.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a good show. He was on 61. It was a TV movie about Mickey Mantle, Mickey Mantle. Let's click on the fucking thing so I'm not just pulling stuff out of my ass.
61?
Yeah. Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle. About the home run.
To be Babe Ruth's record.
Yeah. We gotta start all the way back at the fucking beginning.
Son of a bitch.
There we go, 61.
Hey, Voyager.
Yeah. I just went past. Yeah, Star Trek Voyager. A lot of people in this movie were in Canadian shows, like Relic Hunter. Mutant X shows up a lot.
This movie was filmed in Canada.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Crazy because it's a Romero movie.
Yeah, it's usually filmed in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
He was in the 70s miniseries. That's when NBC was doing miniseries about decades.
Oh.
I think they might have made it to the 80s with those. Becker, Law and Order, The Outer Limits.
Skip right over Nash Bridges, huh?
Oh, I didn't
do my man dirty like that.
I honestly didn't even realize I did it.
You did it.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, Nash Bridges in 2000. His name's Randall Jackson. Randy Jackson? Are you kidding me?
What the fuck?
My friend there is one fucking Randy Jackson, and he is not it.
There's two Randy Jacksons.
He was on the TV show Wings, the sitcom Wings, for an episode. Basically, that was a show you watched because it was on after Cheers. Let's see. He was in one of the Death Wish movies.
He was also in Waterworld.
Ledger guy, Waterworld.
Waterworld is hard to say after a couple of beers.
He was in the Maniac Mansion TV series in 1983. That was a Family Channel show.
Was that based on the video game?
I think just the title and the fact that it was a mansion owned by a mad scientist. Outside of that, it was
so it's not rooted in the video game. They were just hey, here's a fun idea.
That video game, fucking legend. Also, that was an awesome video game.
Yeah,
I had that. I would replay that shit all the time. Where are we? Millennium, 1989. He was on the Equalizer TV series, Miami Vice. That might be the last of like the. Oh Jesus, Moonlighting. We got more. Amityville 3D.
Blech.
He's in the movie Atlantic City in 1980. I want to say that's a Robert Mitchum movie, and maybe Susan Sarandon. Come on, internet. Susan Sarandon, Burt Lancaster. That's who I meant.
Same thing.
Yeah. And that's really it. His credits go back to 1973. Moving on, Eugene Clark, who played Big Daddy, like shows up here and there, but like nothing really like hugely memorable.
Really?
Yeah, he has stuff still coming out now. But like really, like
Well, we're into what was it, 2019 and 2022. He had 2 Christmas movies.
yeah.
So that's how you know his career is not going so great.
Yeah, he's probably fucking holding it down on the Hallmark Channel. But,
Yeah.
I mean, like, see, like nothing.
Stir of Echoes.
He's in the Trailer Park
sequel.
Boys movie in 2006.
Ugh.
2006?
Yeah.
They were around that long?
They've been around earlier than that.
Jesus Christ.
Actually, on I think it's Netflix. You can see their like independent movie that they did before any of the Trailer Park Boys stuff.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I think it was called One Last Drink or something like that.
Huh, okay.
And it's got a bunch of the people from Trailer Park Boys in it.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm just scrolling through credit after credit and, like, still nothing I've even, like, recognized.
Yeah.
Earthquake in New York, I vaguely remember. It was like a CBS TV movie.
Fuck that.
Yeah. He was in one of the sequels to Lonesome Dove. He was in a lot of the Tech War stuff, like movies and TV show.
I don't even know what that is.
Tech War was a series created by William Shatner. It was like a series of comics that he like wrote, and then it became like a USA show and like series of like TV movies.
Really?
Yeah. I've never seen a single one of them and never read one of the comics.
Huh.
Yeah, and like still just going through using Knight Rider 2000. There we go.
Hey, in the heat of the night.
Heat of the Night, the TV series. This is we're at 1981 at this point. Nasty Boys. That was like an NBC like police show.
I like that wrestling tag team.
Yeah, that's right. He was in the 80s Twilight Zone for an episode.
This guy was also in Millennium. That's not the Millennium TV show, right? Like
I think it was.
That's 89.
Yeah, I think Lance Hendrickson maybe was in that. Nope, Chris Christopherson. That's a movie.
That's a different Millennium. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not because Lance Hendrickson was in the TV show. That's a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is not the same thing. There was another.
I don't know if it was like if the TV show started because of the movie and it just like the same franchise or whatever.
Yeah.
Not the case.
There was something else I noticed. Nasty Boys, Millennium. Oh, the 80s Twilight Zone we mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
80s War of the Worlds TV show also was another one that a lot of people in this showed up in. I'm assuming that was another Canadian production.
Mm.
It was in the 80s. Alfred Hitchcock Presents. And he was in the original Kung Fu TV series for an episode.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, Big Daddy is his most notable role. Tony Napo. He played Foxy in this.
Yeah, he was the guy with the mustache.
Yeah, he is in like a bunch of the Saw movies. He's still in stuff that's in pre-production, still out this year.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the Chucky TV series for an episode.
Blah.
Yeah, he was in Mayor of Kingstown. That was the TV series with Jeremy Renner on like Paramount. Jupiter's Legacy. He was in an episode of Schitt's Creek.
I'm not seeing much of anything that I either care about or have seen.
Like I said, a lot of this is like Canadian stuff and just like, oh, okay, I recognize the name. He was in an episode of Titans. It looks like the first season. I think it's the first episode of Titans, 2018.
Yeah.
The Killjoys TV series shows up on this. That was a sci-fi channel show. I think it had something to do with My Chemical Romance. I think. What's his name?
Yeah, it was
the creator.
Yeah, that was a comic that he wrote. It was like
Yeah.
something. Was it Fabulous Killjoys or something?
Yeah, they did an album like on it too. He was in the Kim's Convenience sitcom. That was also a Canadian show. Forget about it.
Yeah, I'm forgetting about his career.
Yeah, for sure.
What the fuck?
There had to have been something of note.
It doesn't look like it.
Terminator. My arm is like
what are you doing?
Completely asleep. I'm gonna have to switch hands. I think just the Saw movies. He's
Saw
in
5.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 of the Saw movies.
Jesus.
4 Brothers. That was 2005. The Kojak remake.
Is 4 Brothers the one with Mark Wahlberg?
Yes. And
okay.
I forget who the fuck else is in it.
Andre 3000.
Yes. Yeah. He's in the La Femme Nikita TV series.
Nope.
FX the series. Kung Fu: The Legend Continues. Forever Night, another Canadian show.
Was Forever Night Canadian?
Pretty sure it's one of those like syndicated shows that like it has the
it was
look
on
and
in
feel,
America.
yeah, of Canadian TV. And RoboCop the series was also a Canadian production, I believe, and very boring.
What the fuck is ENG? Because more than one person from this has been on that.
Let's see. Based on Toronto. I have no idea.
Oh, so it's like
fake news, maybe?
It's you can't say that.
Oh yeah, sorry. Parody news, let's say. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Boyd Banks played Butcher in this. He's one of those guys that's like, oh, that guy. Like you've seen him in a bunch of movies.
Yeah.
He's still in stuff. Unless he died recently. Hold on. No, he's still alive.
Yeah, it's still alive.
Yeah. Baroness von Sketch shows up again. Designated Survivor, that's on ABC. He's in the 12 Monkeys series. He's in 11/22/63. That was based on a Stephen King story. The CW version of the Beauty and the Beast TV series.
Oh, yeah.
Killjoy shows up again. Silent Hill Revelation. I think it's one of the sequel movies to that terrible movie.
I think it is.
Yeah. Which I'm sure is also terrible.
I would assume.
We are moving. He's in the movie Pontypool. I've wanted to see that. I heard that was good.
I hear it's amazing, and it has the most unfortunate name because it's just dumb.
Yeah, it's exactly. Sounds like a Muppet or something.
No, it sounds like a multi-level marketing scam. Is what it sounds like.
He is in. He's in Lars and the Real Girl with what's his name, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
He is in Diary of the Dead. He is in this movie, and he is also in the Dawn of the Dead remake. So he's holding down those Romero roles, man.
Yeah. Who the fuck was Butcher in this?
I don't even remember.
Was that a name or a title? Like it's just the character was a butcher.
Yeah. He's in The Fountain. I believe that's a Darren Aronofsky movie. He's in the 50 Cent movie, Get Rich or Die Trying.
Ew.
He was in Cinderella Man.
That's a good movie.
I've never seen that.
Really?
I haven't. Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Have not seen that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a pretty funny movie.
I don't know. I just don't like stoner movies, I guess. The Tuxedo. Yeah.
American Psycho 2. I'm sorry. Knockaround Guy shows up again. Jason X he is in.
Woof.
He's in the Ladies Man movie. Oof. Superstar. Oof. Killing those.
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live shit character movies.
Yeah.
I never thought Mary Catherine Gallagher was funny.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, Earthquake in New York.
That's how bad early 2000s Saturday Night Live was because that character got a movie.
The Night at the Roxbury got a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
I mean, to be fair, Wayne's World got a movie, and that sketch was not great.
But that actually got a good movie
It
somehow.
got great movies.
Yeah. Movies that were better than the sketches.
Yeah.
He is in one of, I think, the greatest comedies of the 90s, fucking Dirty Work, with Norm Macdonald and Artie Lang.
Yeah.
How is it, like, I love both of them, but how is it that Artie Lang is still alive and Norm Macdonald is dead?
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Dirty Work, they basically, like, Norm Macdonald and Artie Lang.
They're like pranksters for hire or something.
Yeah, they
right?
open up a revenge for hire business. It's it's so dumb, but so funny.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
That was on Comedy Central quite a bit.
Yeah, I think it was Chris Farley's last role too. It was either that or Almost Heroes.
Almost Heroes.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
We talked about this before.
Yeah.
Because you thought it was Wagons East.
At least I didn't get my nose bitten off by a Saigon whore. That's it. Oh, God. He was in the movie Black Sheep, another Chris Farley movie. He's in that movie Crash, 1996. He's in the Goosebumps TV series in the 90s. His first role was in an episode of Kids in the Hall.
That's amazing.
In 1991.
Should come as no surprise to anybody, but we love Kids in the Hall.
Yeah. I finally did watch that documentary not that long ago.
It's so good.
That was really fucking good.
So well done.
Yeah. So
informative.
Yeah. There's a lot of shit I didn't know in there. Comedy Punks, I think was the name of it. If anybody's going to watch it,
I think it is. Yeah.
Sean Roberts, who is in this movie as somebody or other. I hate when it's not in the highlights. Yeah.
Yeah. How dare you?
He is in a lot of stuff still coming out, still in pre-production. He was in an episode of Legends of Tomorrow as Spartacus. Hudson and Rex, I've noticed, shown up a couple of the credits.
I don't know what that is.
Probably a Canadian TV show, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
He is in another XXX movie, not the one that Asia Argento is in. He is in the third one.
Yep.
XXX Return of Xander Cage. This dude's most notable thing is that he's in a lot of the Resident Evil movies. He plays Albert Wesker. The evil scientist behind all the Resident Evil zombie craziness. That might be the only thing worth talking about.
Oh, damn. He's
in Percy Jackson.
Supernatural.
He's in an episode of Supernatural. He's in an episode of Psych. He's in that movie Jumper.
Flash Gordon, A Modern Space Opera from 2007.
Don't remember it. Probably not good.
Yeah.
He was in Diary of the Dead, also 2007.
Oh, no shit.
He was in the sequel, the TV movie sequel to Stir of Echoes. Stir of Echoes is a really, really good movie.
But I don't imagine that a made-for-TV movie sequel is good.
Yeah, I don't imagine the sequel is good, and I can't imagine a TV made-for-TV sequel is good. Yeah. That movie unfortunately came out as at the same time as The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
And they were very similar, so it just got overshadowed by The Sixth Sense.
Yeah. Because it had a twist.
Yeah. Honestly, arguably, Stir of Echoes the better movie, starring Kevin Bacon. I highly recommend that one.
Yeah.
Cheaper by the dozen too. Jesse Stone, Stone Cold. Those are those Tom Selleck TV.
Yeah,
movies.
they are.
Yeah. He was in
those got to be based on fucking
probably
old man novels.
Yeah, you buy the airport. He was in the
everybody's grandfather has at least one of those.
Yeah. Degrassi, The Next Generation in the early 2000s. He played Rogue's boyfriend in the first X-Men movie. The dude that she fucking almost kills.
Yeah. Hey, Animorphs.
Yeah, Goosebumps shows up again. La Femme Nikita shows up again. And that is really it. So, moving on. Lastly, we have Sasha, I don't know if it's Royce or Ruiz. He was Manolete. I don't know how you say that. He's in this movie. He is also still in stuff currently. Chicago Med, 911 on Fox. He voiced Hal Jordan in the animated Superman Red Sun movie in 2020. I haven't seen that, but Superman Red Sun is an awesome story.
I didn't know that they animated Red Sun.
Yeah, surprise, surprise.
It's one of the rare Superman stories that I am that's awesome.
Yeah. All-Star
Superman was fucking dope.
Yes, that is probably the best Superman story I can recommend anybody.
Grant Morrison and Frank Quietly. Are you shitting me?
Yeah. Way better than All-Star Batman.
That had good bones, but then they let Frank Miller write it.
Yeah, that's the problem. There's the problem.
This is not the 80s.
Yeah, so you let Frank Miller write it in not 1986. So yeah, problem. Anyway, this dude was on the Lucifer TV show. He was on 123 episodes of Grimm on NBC.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't realize that show was on for 123 episodes. He was in that movie Pompeii in 2014. Warehouse 13, that was a sci-fi show. 2011 through 2013.
Yeah, that was about like the warehouse was full of like supernatural artifacts or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And they had to like hunt him down.
Yeah. He was on a 2-part episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. One of the best episodes, I think, of that show, where they go to their high school reunion.
Oh God.
He played like the school jock. Fucking, I love that show so much. Let's see, original flavor CSI. He was on Caprica, the sequel to Battlestar Galactica.
He was in Castle.
Yeah. Did I go over that?
Yeah.
Oh, I did. Sorry.
That's okay.
Bobby Stark on Castle.
Bobby.
Episode. He's in the Godfather 2 video game, Wolfenstein video game. Does a lot of video game voice work. He was also on The Mentalist, Godfather 2, Crime Rings video game, Terminator, the Sarah Connor. He was on Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles TV show on Fox.
That show sucked.
Yeah. Best part about that was Summer Glau.
Even that's not great.
Yeah. CSI Miami, Man of the Year. I think that's that Robin Williams movie, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. I'm losing the back button. There it is.
Land of the Dead. Wow.
Land of the Dead. Hey, how about that? He was also in the remake of Assault on Precinct 13. He was in The Day After Tomorrow, Mutant X, I mentioned, Canadian syndicated TV show.
Uh-huh.
And that is really it for all of the notable stuff.
God damn, son.
That was better known as for Land of the Dead.
Crapshoot. Crapshoot. Pardon me while I grab a fistful of M&Ms.
I was just looking at those.
Yeah. It's going to get real obnoxious in here.
Yeah, I mean, like, I really don't have much else to say about this other than, like, what I already said.
I don't have anything to say. That's all I've got to say about that.
Yeah, Inside Baseball, we're recording another episode immediately after this.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
this is not going to be our best work.
Yeah. I know, like, sadly, this will be our best work compared to, like, probably what's coming next.
Yeah. We talk about everything now. What are we going to talk about in the crapshoot next?
Yeah. I should probably save the, like, I recently watched for it, for the end of the next episode.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I hadn't watched this movie in a very long time, and, like, I think it aged very, very well.
Yeah.
It's way better than I remember, and, like, I just enjoyed watching this movie.
Yeah.
I wasn't even upset that I had to rent it.
No, not really. Upset that I had to spend $4 to rent it. But...
I got a $1.50 credit for, like, clicking the option on Amazon to, like, wait a day and, like, have all your packages come on one day instead of getting 2-day delivery.
Oh, really?
Like, screw it, I'll do that for $1.50. It was like a day later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah. So it only cost me like $2.50. There was some dumb stuff in this. Fucking Pillsbury.
Yeah.
I came to do something, so let's do something. That right there is acting, my friend. That's some acting.
No, it's got its moments where it's just like not awesome.
Yeah.
But it more than makes up for it.
Yeah, no, as a whole, like, enjoyable movie.
Those are such Greg Nicotero zombies.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at it when it first came out, I was like, these look sick. And now that I've got The Walking Dead to compare them to, I'm like, wow. I'm not going to say he's a one-trick pony, but all his zombies look the fucking same.
Yeah, it's been zero evolving in 17 years. Like,
yeah.
Again, they look awesome. It's just that, like, well, I mean, like, I'll give them
switch it up for the franchise, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, I will say there is probably, some more complicated work on The Walking Dead. Like,
oh, absolutely.
I mean, granted, I haven't watched it in probably, like, 5 years at this point. But, yeah, I mean, like, there was some good stuff on there from time to time.
Yeah. Well, this came out in 2005.
Yeah.
Walking Dead started in, 2009? 8, 9?
12.
No.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yes, because maybe 11. I know this because I went to the first panel at New York Comic Con for the Avengers, where like all the Avengers were there.
Mm-hmm.
And to get to that, we had to sit through the Walking Dead panel. And, I'm sorry, maybe that was the second season premiere of Walking Dead. So it was like, maybe it was like 2011, maybe 2010.
Actually, yeah, 2010 sounds about right at this point. Yeah, probably 2010.
Because I want to say the comic was like 2009 or 2008.
Let's find out. 2010.
All right.
2010. Yeah, this is a good movie. It's not groundbreaking. It's not really doing anything new or special that you haven't seen that much of.
Yeah, I mean, like it doesn't stand. Well,
it's just an evolution of the series. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say, I said before it stands with the first movie because it does. Like I think in entertainment value.
Yeah.
But in terms of like legendary, groundbreakingness, like you said, it's not breaking any new ground.
Yeah, it's not there.
Yeah,
it hasn't done what.
It's a very good iteration of like what's been done before, like
yeah,
the genre.
Yeah, because I mean, like George Romero can't break the mold every single fucking time. Yeah. Like you can't. It's impossible.
Well, at this point, like we were just saying, like 28 Days Later is out. It's changing the perception, like what zombies should be. He's not breaking the mold. He's resetting the mold, basically. Like this is what I did. This is what I created. This is what zombies should be.
Yeah, but he would go on like old man rants about fast zombies and shit like that.
Yeah.
But he would also be like completely wrong in his reasoning. Like, they can't move fast. They've got rigor mortis. You don't know what rigor mortis is.
Which only lasts for like a couple of hours.
It's like 12 hours, man.
Yeah.
All right.
I think there's like some kind of unofficial like Romero museum in Pittsburgh somewhere. Maybe like in the office.
I would assume there has to be.
Yeah, that's the thing I would like to check out. Like I said, I love the city of Pittsburgh. There's just no direct way to get to Pittsburgh. Like it really should only be like 5 or maybe like 4.5 hours away.
Yeah.
But you have to go straight out to Buffalo and then straight down to Pittsburgh. You can't just go like straight to Pittsburgh. Yeah.
That ride to Buffalo is fucking rough too.
Yeah. Oh God. There's 2 states that is not fun to drive through: New York and Virginia. Like they just both go on and on for fucking ever.
I imagine going one end of Texas to another is pretty fucking rough.
That's got to be pretty horrible. Yeah. I've never done that, thankfully.
Yeah. I've never been to Texas. I don't need to. There's no reason for me to be in Texas.
Have I been to Texas? I think I just was in a Texas airport.
Yeah.
For like a layover, maybe. Maybe.
Like the Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah. I hate the Texas Roadhouse. I fucking hate the Texas Roadhouse. You are assaulted with country music the second you walk in the door.
I love it.
Fucking hate it.
Yeah. Ugh. You were almost assaulted with country music at Comic-Con. Because I've been digging it hard lately.
Oh God.
I wouldn't do that to you, Chris.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'd maybe throw on some of the classics, maybe some Cash.
That I could live with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Note to self: hide a couple of tracks in the playlist.
Fuck you. What else is there to be said about this? I don't know. Zombies are good.
The zombies are great. I'm just going to say it again. Thank you to everybody that came out and hung out with us at Comic-Con.
Yeah, hell yeah.
If you're a new listener, like if this is your first episode, this is pretty much the show. Like, we hang out, we chill. We like to make it feel like you're sitting in on a conversation.
God.
No.
You
Stop.
saw that, right? They're threatening to play Morbius next.
Don't do that to us. All right. Ooh. Now that our panic attack is over.
Yeah.
We like to have this show feel like you're sitting in on a conversation with a couple of friends. And I like to think that we get that accomplished.
Yeah.
So.
And it was good having those conversations. Conversations.
Yeah. We had a lot of people stop and say, like, hey, I'm digging the show, or we had a couple of people say like, oh, I didn't know you guys were here. I just knew that you had a show.
Yeah.
Which was fucking awesome.
Yeah, definitely cool.
But yeah, anybody that took the time to hang out with us or talk to us, it was fucking awesome.
We have done like damn near depleted our reserves of stickers and promo material.
Yeah, that shit's gone.
Yeah. So we'll have to restock by the time May rolls around.
Sorry we ran out of good candy for Sunday, but
all you dum-dums got stuck with the dum-dums.
Yep. That's what you get for showing up on Sunday with your kids. By the way, if you do plan on going back to Comic-Con, just keep in mind, Sunday is the more kid-friendly day.
Yes. And just to state, we have nothing to do with any individuals who may have been passed out on the floor in the vicinity of our table, who are, again, in no way associated with us. I will strongly restate that they were in no way associated with us and completely, like, you know, in that state of their own volition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't our doing.
And that's not even me, like, facetiously saying that. We literally had nothing to do with this.
We just know him.
Yeah, exactly. If you know what we're talking about, you know what we're talking about. Sigh.
Yeah. Lay sigh. All right, I think we're done.
Yeah.
We're going to give our socials, and we're going to get the fuck out of here.
Oh, by the way, I nuked our Twitter account last night.
You did what?
I nuked the Twitter account.
How?
I just deleted it.
Oh.
Yeah, fuck Elon Musk. We're not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not part of this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're everywhere else we're about to read, though.
Okay.
Yeah. I gotta remake some graphics and yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We'll just do like a cross out on it. All right. Well, oh God, there's so many things. Our website is www.bigdumbmonsterspodcast.com. Or if you're too lazy to type that in, you can just do www.bigdumbmonsters.com. It's the same website, takes you to the same thing. If you want to email us anything, go right ahead and do it. Suggestions for the show, things that you like about the show, things you don't like about the show, things that you think we should watch, or, you know, maybe new segment ideas, whatever. We're open to ideas. Send that to bigdumbmonsters@gmail.com. Skipping over the Twitter handle.
Just go right on by.
If you are on Facebook, we are also on Facebook. We are Big Dumb Monsters Pod. And if you are on Slasher, which you should be on Slasher, it's the all horror social media network. It's all mobile. There's no like actual website or anything. We are Big Dumb Monsters Podcast on there.
You can also find us on Instagram at big_dumb_monsters. And of course, check out the show on YouTube at the Big Dumb Monsters channel. I think YouTube just put in like handles. I think we're just at Big Dumb Monsters. Mm-hmm. So it's even easier to find us. Get to the channel, subscribe. We picked up a bunch of subscribers after Saratoga.
Oh, nice.
So thank you to all the new folks tuning in.
Yep. If you want a just like condensed list of everything that we're on, you can find that on our link tree. It's linktr.ee/Big Dumb Monsters Podcast.
And the Twitter link won't go anywhere on that.
You can have it.
But the link that will go somewhere is the one to our TeePublic store. Let me just remember the name where we have our store. TeePublic store where you can get our merch, t-shirts, stickers, fucking cups.
any design that you see on there, you can have printed on anything.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So check it all out. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed every week, actually.
Yeah. Bye-bye.